Hi, it's me again, Valencia Mackey, the author of the 10 Best Practices of Highly Efficient Tenants and Landlords, and I'm here to share with you best practice number 9. And hopefully you guys have watched the videos which shows best practices 1 through 8. And best practice number 9 is, as a tenant, a landlord, and property management companies, you are going to know your rights, and that is very, very important. You want to know what your rights are prior to going into a lease. So you can go to the table if you have a particular concern or matters as to not necessarily when it comes to the law, but your rights as far as to how that lease is supposed to be structured and so forth. So you want to know pretty much the industry prior to you going in. You want to do your research, whether you're a tenant, landlord, or property management company, so you can address those concerns and you'll know what your rights are when it comes to the drafting of that lease, or you'll be able to speak up on your behalf and see if you can take advantage of some of those things that you have researched or you found out. But at the end of the day, as a tenant or landlord, you have to know your rights. Although, let me give you an example. Let's say, for instance, the landlord states that he can, in the event you being a tenant, you go into default. Your lease states that he can come in and he can take possession of the space. However, under your law for your particular state, now remember, laws do vary from state to state and from region to region. I always stress that in my blog talk radio show, Know Your Rights. So you want to talk with your advisor, or like I say, talk with your advisor prior to doing anything. But in your state, it might say that the landlord can't, even though he stated in his lease he can come and take possession, he may not have that right. So you want to make sure, as a tenant, landlord, and property management company, you know what your rights are when it first you want to know what your rights are within that lease. That's going to be your first source that you're going to go to. And then once you go to your source, you want to look and see if you have any other rights on the outside of that lease that you may be able to exercise. It is extremely important. So at the end of the day, best practices number 9 is know your rights, tenant, landlord, and property management company, when it comes to those rights within the lease, and it comes to those rights, what can I say? Not within the lease, but without that lease, or which may revolve around that lease. Until I share best practice number 10, you guys be blessed.